Hi guys, this is Jim, this is Carlist, and this is the Proton X50, the new Proton X50. Just kidding. That is the new for 2025. They're calling it all new X50, but is it actually all new? Let's find out. Actually, it's got a new engine, it's got new exterior, new interior, so basically, they're calling it all new. I kind of believe them. Let's drive this car and find out more. They're saying some things change, but some things stay the same. Well, in the case of the X50, most things change and some things stay the same. The X50 has changed the landscape of the Malaysian road, with over 130,000 units sold since initial launch. In 2024, we all, and probably you too, were expecting this big X50 facelift, all newness, last year. But instead, we got that running change that left some, well, a bit disappointed. But this has to make up for all that. For sure, this is the most dramatic facelift that I've ever seen. Probably in all of Proton's history, and even in recent times, regardless of a car brand. It might not be all new in the normal sense, but it's not far off, guys. Kasih Chan lah. I do like the exterior. It is more aggressive. But next to the older model, I do like the more kind of like subdued sportiness of that. The facelift, or the all-new model, I am not quite sure I like it immediately. This whole new grille pattern, which they call it like a songket pattern, but looks like a mixing board to me. What I do like, unequivocally, is the inclusion of teal bayou green. Finally, the best color in the Proton lineup is on the X50. Then you have this big wide grille, which they've changed. It is looking more aggressive, but I don't really agree it is a grille because you can't really poke your hand through it exactly. The executive, the premium, and the flagship, those three variants all get this sort of like on the bonnet grille ventilation hole, whatever. It's actually fake, which is fine, I suppose. But the flagship also gets the two-tone exterior plus this gloss black side mirror. One thing to note as well is that all variants will be getting all new wheels. These are 18-inch wheels fitted on the premium and the flagship. They still have the same kind of like turbine-like motif with the red calipers, but there's just more to it. It's diamond cut, different finishes to it, different colors to it, a darker gray and a lighter gray. It is a bit busy with this sort of like honeycomb pattern motif, which I guess matches some of the sidewall patterning on the Continental UC6 tires. And like the front, there's no way you'd be mistaking this all-new X50 for the pre-facelift. Right away, you have this huge light bar with a Proton script over here. Again, I really like this teal bayou green color. I wish they introduced it over all the models, okay? But if you are with the flagship, the one way you can differentiate it from the back at least is with this, a big spoiler. So much so, to give it a new name, it's called the Sporty Spoiler. If you really like the 1.5-litre 3-cylinder turbo, well, sorry, but it's gone. All variants of the all-new X50 get a 1.5-litre 4-cylinder unit that they're calling IGT, which stands for Green Technology, not Grand Touring, and made it to the same 7-speed DCT to the front wheels. Despite the extra cylinder and power rising to 181 PS and 290 Newton meters, Proton says it is 4.7% more fuel efficient than the older 3-pot. The X50 now gets to 100 km per hour from standstill in 7.6 seconds, or 0.3 seconds quicker. They even had a drag race against an anonymous but popular competitor car to prove it does have the straight line bragging rights. And finally, balance is brought, the Proton universe with 4 cylinders matching the 4 overkill tailpipes. The second biggest change, apart from the engine, is the interior. You can think of it as a brand new interior. Can they say all new? Because literally this is so much different. The only thing that is a touch point that is super consistent between the two cars is the steering wheel. Big upgrade is the door handles. It's hard to ignore the fact that these are much more solid feeling and solid in operation than the door handles in the pre-facelift X50. But it's almost as if they took the main infotainment screen of the pre-facelift and put it as the driver's display. So no more binnacle, it is an 8.8-inch driver's display matched to a 14.6-inch infotainment screen. And the software running it is almost identical to the one that you find in the EMA 7. And then, like the EMA 7, the layout is also such that you have the air conditioning vents just below that and a wireless charger down here. And because there is no gear selector over here, it's all controlled by the gear shifter stalk like you get in the Mercedes-Benz or most other cars these days, most EVs these days even. And then below that, look, a proper storage area. Last time in the pre-facelift, there was USB wires, connections over here, but there was barely enough space to put anything else. This is mostly for your hand to reach around. This one, 10 liters of space. Also, huge upgrade. Right from the beginning, you have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, wireless and wired connections. And you also get, with this car, a more robust active safety suite, which includes a 540-degree camera, which means instead of just a 360 view, you get an underside view as well. So, you know, if you roll over something, or you can actually kind of have a look at what terrain you're going over. That's pretty cool. And Proton always talks about the Hello Proton voice assistant feature, right? In this case, they've also calibrated it to work in BM. So there's a BM mode. So bahasa-bahasa Roja, I'm not sure if it'll pick up or not. Tapi if you want to use the BM mode, you got to go into settings and switch it over. Otherwise, it'll remain in the English mode. So phone goes here. Wireless charger, by the way, is only exclusive to the flagship, and you also get the sunroof, which if you can live without that, you can save some money a little bit by getting the premium. Also with the flagship, you do get, interestingly, these. Okay, I'm not sure you can see on camera, but they're actually semi-transparent. So far, fit and finish wise, I do like the fact that they have kept the material kind of spread, because you have leatherette seats, some perforations on the seats itself. It is nice, it is supple. They do feel like leather, have a nice texture to them, have a nice kind of friction to them. It's a lot more elegant, I find, than the actual exterior. Big thumbs up. So here we go on the big round bowl of the Proton test track in the new X50, the all-new X50. Right, picking up speed. I think at idle, definitely you're going to have less vibration in the 3-cylinder. But when you're moving along, the thing is, the whatever dampening solutions that they've employed for the X50, the 3-cylinder 1.5, is really good already. So when you're moving, you don't really feel it. It's the same thing over here as well, because I'm struggling to figure out what is the micro differences between the vibration, the harshness for the engine, all those things I can't really feel. It's a smooth car. There's still some wind noise, by the way. Cannot escape that one. Yeah, someone told me that they are tuning this car more for comfort, even next to the RC from last year. And I think I agree with them, lah. But we have to drive it a bit more aggressively to find that out. But I mean, who's really trying to track the X50 anyway? Handling's gonna be fair, good. But yeah, I gotta figure out, gotta wait until like the full review experience, and then I can actually give you guys a bit more of a worthwhile conclusion lah. But the driving is good. Definitely on first impressions, like the Cherry Motor 5 did not impress me at all with the handling. This does have a good impression, does leave a good impression. It's not a Macan, it's not a Cayenne, but it's fine. It's good. But you guys let me know in the comments. You think it's all new? You let me know. There you have it, guys. The all new X50. You have new guts in the engine. You got a new interior. You got new exterior as well, definitely from the front and the rear. But it's the same bones essentially as the older X50, the one we're all used to, the one that really changed the B-segment SUV market. So we do have basically an all-new car, except for the chassis and the bones, basically the platform. What do you guys think? I'm really impressed so far. You get even more value this time, and to some people, I know this will look better. And the engine doesn't vibrate like it used to either. Okay, you see? Barely any vibration. It's pretty cool.